The way that I garden has changed over the last 5 or 6 years, and I think it's changed for the better. I thought I'd just go over a few things that I'm doing differently now so you can see where I was then and where I am now. Don't get me wrong, I've always been a pretty decent gardener, and I've grown some really nice vegetables, and I've always been proud of my garden. But when I look back on it now, it's really kind of boring compared to my garden now. The number one thing I did was I got out of my rut and started being open to change, and when I did that, a whole new world of gardening opened up to me. The number two thing that made me a better gardener is YouTube. And I think you could probably make the argument that it could be number one, but I had to open my mind first before I let all the information in. Some of the videos that I watched on YouTube were about heirlooms, and I started to get interested in heirloom tomatoes. I was blown away by the difference in the flavors compared to some of the hybrids I'd been growing. As I posted some of my videos, other gardeners stopped by and started telling me their favorite tomatoes, and I started giving some a try, and I haven't looked back since. My dad was an amazing gardener, and I learned a lot of what I know from him, and I really wish he's around to enjoy some of this journey. I can just picture him growing some of this stuff too. At some of the local nurseries, about all you can find in an eggplant is Black Beauty, and as you can see, there's a lot more out there than the Black Beauties. There are probably more pepper varieties than I can grow in my lifetime, but I'm going to give it one heck of a try. Like with tomatoes, I like to grow new varieties every year because I'm always searching for that perfect one. In order to grow all those beautiful heirlooms, I had to start my own seedlings. So starting plants from seed is the third thing that made me a better gardener. And even though it's more work and more trouble, I think the rewards are worth it. About 4 years ago, I started using wood chips as mulch in our garden, and I really like what it's done for the garden. And I did a video recently, so if you want to know more details about the wood chips, I'll put a link down in the description and also at the end of this video. But I would say wood chips would be the number 4 thing that I've done to make me a better gardener. As our garden grew, it got to be harder and harder to keep up with watering everything by hand like I used to. So I installed a drip irrigation system. I started out small at first, but as the garden grew, I expanded until I'm to the point now where the entire garden is watered by drip irrigation. It's easier, it saves a lot of time, and I have to spend less time out in the heat during the hot part of the summer. By using 1/4-inch tubing, I'm also able to water our straw bales that we grow things in, and also our grow bags. One thing that wasn't on the list that I should mention is my subscribers. I really feel that you guys make me a much better gardener because I try a little bit harder because I know that you'll be watching every Saturday morning, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate the helpful suggestions you guys give me, the little tips here and there, and just the friendship. The people who watch my videos really are a great community. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I would encourage you to subscribe. That way you can follow along, see how things go this year and for years to come. We'll see you next time.